Mila Kunis.
It's Millie Fury. I think that's how you pronounce it. Millie Fury.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, I'm Mike.
And I'm Kim.
And you're watching Tabletop Turtle. Now this is another monthly recap video. We didn't play as many games as we typically do. We can usually average about 20 to 30, I think.
A month. There are many months we do 40, 50. I think we've done 60 a month as well.
That has happened. That was an anomaly. That's a one-time event.
It was a very good month.
It was a good month.
But it was a very cold winter.
Yeah, exactly.
So we just stayed at home.
So, but this month it was like 7 games just because, life comes up. Like we had to go visit her family, which was a lot of fun.
We were traveling for a couple of weeks and then I got sick for a couple of weeks.
She always does. She always gets sick every single time.
Not every
single time.
Sometimes when I go on flights, I do like catch a cold.
It's the weakest constitution.
No, literally only when we travel. No. Only when we travel do I like catch a cold and get sick. Yeah,
so we just played a little less games than usual, but that's okay. This will essentially video will just be the highlights, the new games we played, and some of the good games we played.
Yeah.
So we did play a lot of the favorites. We played Ark Nova. Ark Nova tends to come up a lot. Usually after a month or two, it's like, hey, we haven't played Ark Nova in a while. Let's play. Mm-hmm. We don't talk much about that. That's in our top 5 video.
Exactly. We do a
plus we should do a review at some time.
Well, we really go quite into it in our top 5 video, and it's on both our top 5 lists too. Yeah. So,
but the new ones we played, at least new for her, was Ashes: Rise of the Phoenixborn. I had only played the first edition, and I remember enjoying it, but not enough to buy it. And then I figured with the release, the new edition, that I'd give it a shot, and so I did. Plus, mostly because like we don't really own those like 2-player battling card games. Like I have Magic, but it's
not really.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's a couple, but. Not
exactly the same. No.
I played Star Realms a couple times.
That's true. That is similarities, I guess. Yeah, but it's a solid game we played. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a lot of fun. I like that there's less mana screw, like in Magic the Gathering. And I like the dice. I like the big chunky dice.
The dice and stuff was really fun, and I got really lucky with all my rolls. But I didn't like
I like that you mitigate the rolls too.
Oh, that's true. Like being able to secondary action, be able to upgrade them. Yeah, definitely really nice touch. But I didn't like the little tokens they had for like strength or for hurt points.
Yeah, the hit points.
I don't
know if our copy we were missing something. Let us know in the comments if you get 2 sheets, 2 punch boards worth of tokens, because we only got 1, and it wasn't enough to have to put out your full health. So we just used like D20s essentially to cover our health. Yeah. What the heck, Plaid Hat Games? Did you cheat us?
There was enough tokens, so we're kind of like, oh, how do you keep count past this point?
Yeah. But anyway, it's a solid game. I like it. I don't know it's not my first time playing. I enjoyed it. What do you think?
Upon first impression, I was like, not sure if I would like it, especially because he was like, yeah, it's a pretty short game.
It was short.
And once I start playing it, I start understanding what I was supposed to do with all the cards and how the strategy was playing out. And I think I was also very confused because his character and deck, it was self-harming. I
like the voodoo lady, and you have to hurt yourself sometimes and hurt your characters.
It was very confusing because I was like, okay, it was like I'd inflict 2 points to myself, and I'm just like, I guess
boring actually.
I guess it makes it easier to kill you. It was kind of confusing. What's happening here? But I destroyed him. It was a great game. It was really fun.
We took her character, we threw it in the wood chipper because it was overpowered.
He's just jealous because I'm OP.
And the next game we played is a Rainer Canizia game.
Yes, it is
Mila Kunis.
It's Millie Fury. I think that's how you pronounce it, Millie Fury.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. It was decent. I found it to be a little boring at times. It was a sort of point salad game where you essentially had these little acrylic pieces that you're putting down. You're doing card drafting. So the card would essentially be the action you perform for the round, and then you put it down and then you get whatever points you get. And there's no theme and nothing matters.
He described it so poorly. It was a really, really good game.
Oh, that's exact. I'm pretty sure I just read beat for beat what was on the back of the box.
He just hates on the designer because he's my secret love.
Curse you, Canizia. Your math degrees.
He unfortunately has English degrees. Oh,
that's right.
But the game itself, though, I really do like how much player interaction there is in this abstract game. A lot of abstract games,
I'll give it that.
It's kind of one of those weird middle grounds where it's like, you do your own thing.
Yeah.
You do your own thing, you count scores at the end, that's the game. Yeah. Whereas this game, the card drafting allows you to kind of plan out what to give your opponents, because you pick a card and you know what's going into their hand. And if you can at least remember what cards are going into their hand, you can make sure that they're not able to put their tiles in a position where you're already growing that shape. You
do pay very close attention to other people's turns. More so, I reward this game for this portion at least. More so than other games, because everything, it really matters. Which is fun, which is interesting.
Yeah, the play interaction part that I hate is that you can create these structures.
You can screw with people too.
Yeah, you don't have, nowhere in the board is exclusively your area.
No.
Anyone can come in at any point in time and they can just snatch away the top points of that shape just because they came in at the right time. So right place, right time, very important and very hard to manage.
Yeah. Yeah, that part I enjoy. I'm all for screwage. But
I am not.
Overall, the game was a little, I don't know, bad.
I really liked it. But at the same time, I think it's one of those games where I would need a second and third play to really have a definite decision on.
Next game.
And up next, we have Hamburg.
Yeah, Hamburg. That was a re-implementation, I believe, of Bruges. This is from Stefan Feld. Another point salad game.
Which I like. I like things where you collect points and then a lot of
point salad games are fine. Yeah. I think it was boring. Sucked. Game sucked.
He had a very bad month, apparently.
No.
Very upset.
No. I like the format of this type of video because it feels super casual because we're on a couch, you know? So it feels like I can say whatever I want and it doesn't have to necessarily be like strategic and like, oh, you know, maybe you'll like this game. I didn't like it, but maybe you... No, this game sucked and nobody should play it.
Again, I don't know. These kind of videos are really good for us, for you guys to see that we have very different opinions at times.
And
I really like this game.
And we should preface this with like, these aren't real reviews. We played once. It's
not enough for full reviews.
No.
It's kind of like our first impression.
Yeah, my first impression was bad. It felt like everything I was... how could you describe the game? You're kind of like building the city of Hamburg somewhat, because I know you're building the walls.
Yeah, it's a city building game.
Yeah, but it's just boring. Every action that you perform is boring. Whatever the action is, because it feels like, you make some interesting choices in regards to the action that you're going to take. But once you're taking that action, it doesn't matter. There's like this like center portion of Hamburg where I don't even know what you're doing. It's like a courtyard and you're just moving your dude up the courtyard and you're just getting points.
It's bonus victory points at the end of the game.
It's so boring. And like, and it has what I dislike about a lot of games where it's like this punishing mechanic, you know, feed your workers. And that's fine sometimes. I'm okay with that. But when it's so over the top to me in Hamburg, where it's just like, oh, you guys are gonna get sick now. Oh, the friggin' city is gonna burn down. Oh, now you stubbed your toe. There is
this system on a playboard where you keep track of there's multiple tracks, and each of these tracks correspond to one type of area of the game.
Yeah.
And once you hit the maximum of the track, you lose everything of that. So there's a worker one, and if you hit the maximum worker one, you lose all your workers.
And I should say that it's quite punishing. Really punishing. But I should say that like it's not something you can't mitigate. If these bad things do happen, it kind of is your fault.
It's preventable because every round you only lose by one.
The reason that these things occur is a dice roll, which is also something that can be a little irritating. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you're pushing. Yeah. Okay. Let's say you're pushing your luck on something, and the person you just push your luck on one thing. You're like, I hope that doesn't come up, and then the person beside you is pushing their luck on like 3-4 things, but not the thing you're doing. And then your number gets rolled. If you roll a 5 or 6, the bad thing happens. Yeah, exactly. And their things don't, and you're just like, what is this? What is this piece of shit? I don't want to play this.
He's very easily frustrated with games. And he doesn't like to be punished. He likes
I just want to play good games. And Hamburger is not a good game. Hamburger is a bad game.
He doesn't like to be punished in any way. He wants to be a little angel and only rewarded for everything.
No diplomacy. It's couch time. So it's candid time. Don't buy Hamburger.
It's
Hamburg. Hamburger.
It's just Hamburg.
I know.
I actually really like this game. For similar reasons why he hates them, or he hates the game.
We won't play it again.
There's so many different tracks for this game where you can build up the wall and get the first to build up the full wall gets a bunch of victory points. Second one also gets a bunch of victory points, and then like you get scored based on different colors too, or different types of buildings. And each of these buildings have bonuses. Some are really great. Some are end of game bonuses. So for some of them, like one I really liked was once you built it, every round you could trade certain things for money. And money is a scarce resource for sure. And so, like you just need to plan your game well, plan your city well, so that you have different types of buildings.
I planned fine.
All the resources.
It sucks.
Yes. Important for you guys to know. And also for all the new guys out there, if you don't already know, Mike's a little bit of a sore loser.
I'm not. This is a lie.
Like just a little bit of a
Next
sore
game.
loser. Where he doesn't like the game if he loses. And none of you can tell, I won this game. But so I really enjoyed it. He didn't.
I'll always give a game a second shot.
Yeah, and
you never know.
And we'll have to play this game again to really, give a solid conclusion on whether or not we recommend it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Goose likes all games.
He hates Hamburger game. Don't you? You hate Hamburger.
His tail is wagging. His tail is
He likes
wagging.
Bruges. He's a Bruges fan, but he doesn't like Hamburg.
I think he likes hamburgers.
He likes Castles of Burgundy. That's his favorite Feld game.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're so opinionated, Goose.
Yeah, so those are the highlights.
Yeah, those are the
Pretty
games you
much.
play this month. Those are new games you play this month.
Tons of games. No, I don't. Aside from Ashes, I don't think there was any games this month. No, because we only played 3 new games.
Mm-hmm.
None of them I was like, oh, whoa, I have to own this game. That's unfortunate. But hey, I guess wallet-wise, investment-wise, it's actually fortunate.
We also just did a haul video.
Yeah,
and we got a whole bunch of new games. And that's kind of what we're,
Yeah, and you can watch more candid couch opinions.
Yeah.
We're swearing.
Let us know as well if you like this couch setup. It was right beside our normal setup. But we thought we'd,
It seems more relaxed because I want these videos, these monthly videos or the haul videos. I want them to be a bit more chill. I want to do less editing. I want them to just be more laid back and casual. Like you stumbled into our house and we didn't kick you out, and then we explained what we played for the month, and then we said, okay, now leave before we call the cops.
You're right beside our front door.
Yeah, it's like right there.
You just come in and it's like, hello.
Yeah, so you can go now.
These are the games that we played.
Go. Get out of our house before we sick Goose on you. Get out of here.
Yes, Goose will definitely.
He'll kill you.
Yeah,
with hugs.
Yeah, he'll go up to you and sit there and wag his tail very hard and be like, pet me, pet me, pet me. Yeah, that's kind of our guard dog.
Yeah.
He likes pets and treats.
All right.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
That's
if you
everything.
enjoyed this, give us a big old thumbs up.
Heck yeah.
Subscribe and comment below what games we should try out next month or what else we should add to our...
Yeah, or if there's anything that we played that we should do a review on.
Oh,
if you want to hear me just do a review of that Feld game and just shit on it for 30 minutes, I'll do it.
Or if you think, if you...
We'll post on Board Game Geek,
you really
and everybody will get really mad. And
if you really like one of these games, let us know below so that we can,
tell me I'm wrong. I don't
care. Play it some more and then really do a full review on it.
Sure.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Later. Get out of the house. Leave.